Hello, this is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chilies. Welcome to our video series called Peppers 101. It is our hope and our vision that you will gain knowledge from our videos on chilies. And that knowledge will encourage you and inspire you to grow different kinds of chilies. And cook with them, and eat them, and share them. Share the chili love. Share all the diverse chili flavors with people. Your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your family. Because, whether you believe it or not, the majority of the world has not tasted the multiple flavors of chilies. They've eaten the chilies that they've been raised with or in their grocery store, and that's it. They don't know there's so many flavors out there. And I know this because when I have done events, and I don't sell anything at events, I would go to events and bring out chilies for people to taste. People are blown away by the difference in flavors. It's an experience they've never had. Never, ever had. So don't just be squirrel-holed into just growing super hots or the hot stuff, which most people can't have because they don't have the tolerance for it yet, or they're not a chili head yet. They haven't built up their tolerance. There's so much stuff out there that's got a good amount of heat and lots of flavor, and there's really delicious stuff out there that has almost no heat. So there's lots to grow and lots to share, and keep in mind that if you keep the heat consumer friendly, you'll have more people that you can turn onto the world of chilies, and then maybe they want to graduate for the hot stuff. So with that being said, I also want to encourage you all to get your children in the garden. Get your children in the garden to where they will learn about growing things from seed. Start when they're really little. And if they're already growing up a little bit, it's not too late to start. It's never too late to teach your child who lives in your house and you feed and you care for and you love new things. It's never too late. It's just going to take time and effort on your part. Yeah, it's going to be a sacrifice. It will be a sacrifice. You'll be watching less TV or taking less naps or you know what? You'll be tired. But one day your kids will be grown and gone. And you'll be going like, I wish I would have done more stuff with my kid. I wish I would have spoke more into their life. And you can't go back in time and grab that. So get your children in the garden. Let them see the miracle of something growing from seed all the way to the harvest. And then bring them in the kitchen and let them help you in the kitchen preparing the meal. And take it a step further and let them help you serve the food. Can you imagine a small child seeing the whole process from seed to harvest, and then from food preparation to meal, and then bringing that meal out to their family members or to maybe somebody in need in your neighborhood? And just imagine the self-confidence and the character building that will do to them. They'll just be so excited that they did this. I mean, if you've ever had small children or grandchildren, you know when they like come back from church or a school thing and they've got a little crayon thing that they made, they got a piece of paper and they drew a drawing and they're so proud of it, and you take it, you hang it up on the wall or on the refrigerator, and they're smiling because daddy and mommy approve, or uncle or aunt or grandma or grandpa approve of what they created, what they were part of making. Well, that's going to be a lot bigger of an impact if it's from the garden to the dinner table. It's going to be a lot more than just a piece of paper with a picture drawn on it by crayons. So think about that. Think about that. We say this in almost every video, and I'm sorry if it bores some of you, and I'm sorry if it offends some of you, but I'm going to keep preaching this in as many videos as possible, because you have the opportunity to stop the electronic and media indoctrination and training of your child and teach them something a lot more important that they'll take with them the rest of their life. So with that being said, let's look at the chili that we're at right now. What is this chili? Well, this is a rescue project. Why is it a rescue project? Well, let me tell you. One of my favorite green hot varieties, you could call it a mustard variety because it does get a little bit of brown tinge on it when it starts getting soft, like other mustard pods. But usually when it's dark olive green, it's ready. This is the 7 Pot Evergreen. And you know what? I didn't want to lose this. And the person that originally had the seeds, which is I think a lady named Judy from Pepper Lover, who used to have a website, might still be up. Might want to check her out for some seeds. She's not my friend, but I think this is where it came from. And I don't know where she got it from. But I've had it about 7 years. And this year is 2023. What do I like about the 7 Pot Evergreen? Well, it's got a really good flavor. And I can't say that about other mustard dark olive green peppers. I can't say that about the mustard buchalokia or the mustard naga. Even the big mustard mama, which is my top seller in mustard varieties. And just an FYI, mustard naga and mustard buchalokia after 2024 are going to be gone. Because nobody buys them anymore. So I'm not going to grow them anymore. And personally, 7 Pot Evergreen is something that, well, if I was retired from the chili business, like fully retired, like I'm not growing seeds anymore for my website or plants for sale on my website. If I was retired, I would grow 7 Pot Evergreen, personally. I would grow it personally. For one, I like the flavor of it better than any mustard dark green pods. Number 2, it's super productive, so I'm not going to be disappointed. You know what I like doing with this variety? I like making a verde salsa, and when I want to kick up the heat but still have that kind of green salsa flavor, I use 7 Pot Evergreen. Or Big Mustard Mama, but I prefer 7 Pot Evergreen. Now, it's not a big seller anymore, and I barely got this one plant. Yeah, I planted like 200 seeds in my tray, and I got one to sprout, and this is it. So I'm successful at saving this variety because I don't know where else I'm going to get it from. There are some seeds on my website, and if you order them right now, they're older seeds. I'll give you a few extra packs with your order, and I'll probably put a note next to it saying like low germ because it's not really germinating well. But hopefully this one single plant, will give me enough pods to get fresh seeds back up on the website. Hopefully. As it is right now, I've got enough monster pods on here that I'm not going to lose this variety. So I can breathe a sigh of relief. It's definitely got heat. Probably, your green super hots, I don't care what people say, they don't get to 1 million, maybe 600,000, maybe 700,000 SHU, Scoville heat units. But they burn like heck. And this one just seems to have a much better flavor. They are extremely productive. Extremely productive. So they ripen from light green to dark green. So here's a light green one. And then it goes to this dark olive green color. It's a little hard to see in the sun. You got to really pay attention. Because they're not fully flavored and fully ready until they start getting that dark olive green color, which is hard to see here in the sun. I'll pull one off right now because I know this one's ready, so you can get a better look at it. Let's shade this. See that dark green? That dark olive green like that? That's when it's ready. And you can see at the very top here. Hold on. I had to pause the video for a second because of the train going by. So you can see you're getting a little bit of a light yellowish mustard tinge on the top of the pepper. See that? And that's when you know it's ready. If you get a lot of that, the pepper's going to start to get soft. So just keep that in mind. But if you want to wait till you see that little bit of that mustard yellow tinge coming through the dark olive green, then for sure your pepper's ready to pick, okay? But they will get a lot softer. So when they get this dark olive green pepper color, in contrast to this light green color, that's how you can tell. You just have to have more of a trained eye. This one's almost ready. This one here is definitely ready. But you can see the size of these pods. They're huge. The flavor is better than the other mustards. That's my opinion. You may differ. That's okay, because everybody has different tastes. So you may say like, oh, well, this ain't the best mustard pepper. But to me, it is. I'm glad I rescued it, because if I would have waited till next year to plant the seeds, next spring 2024, I probably wouldn't have got any to come up. I was lucky to get this one plant. And I babied and kept an eye on this one plant. So, 7-pot evergreen. Great flavor. Huge peppers. Great productivity. What more can you ask for? Again, like I'm going to say this, I've said in other videos. Some of these super hot varieties or really hot varieties that were around 7, 8, 10 years ago that are now hardly selling at all are going to be leaving my website. And when they leave, they leave. It's not like I'm going to come back at 80 years old and start growing them all again. No, when they leave, they leave. So if I don't get people interested in them, guess what? They're coming out of my grow, and I'm going to grow the stuff that sells. I'm a business. I can't just grow for charity. I can't just grow for the sake of growing. And when I fully retire, I will grow for me, what I want to eat. So, 7-pot evergreen. This is Refining Fire Chiles. Y'all take care. Oh, sorry about that. For your information, like I said, the pods ripen from a green to a dark olive green with little mustard tinge, and the plants get 4 to 5 feet tall. Forgot to say that. So sorry about that. Thought I'd throw that in. Almost ended the video without saying that information, because you want that information. This is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chiles, and this is the 7-pot evergreen.